Good evening once again, and welcome to another Kaiso talk. We're going right down to the wire because it's Kaiso season. So we're not taking no break. We're not taking any break. Next week we're coming back, and we're talking to everybody as much as possible because we want to know what is happening now. From listening to a lot of the Kaisos that we got, I can tell you the March Gras is going to be good, and it could have been better, but the but is for next program. When I don't have guests with me and I could just open my mouth and say what I want, I will talk about why it could have been better, but it could be good. I can tell you that. Anyway, folks, so the finalists of all the competitions have been announced, and tonight we're talking Kaiso. So we have two of the finalists with us. Shireen Francis, who has been around for a while, then took a break and come back with a bang, calling people name and all kind of thing, and of course the man Big J, he doing thing too. But nevertheless, I wouldn't say anything. I would give them the opportunity to say what they have to say. Val is also with us as usual. He's having a little tech issue, but hopefully we will have all that rectified. All right, so we're getting ready, folks. Also, Emancipation coming up this Friday, and we're encouraging everyone to be part of the celebration. It's all good. So it is a good time to welcome our guests, and just to let you know that let me just share with you again the list of the finalists in the Calypso Monarch competition. Enma Payne, Valine Ned, Shireen, Innocent, Innocent is the defending monarch, Scholar, Prince Charlton, Shamak, Cox, IMG, Rootsman, Kelly, and Big J. Alright, those are the finalists. In fact, that's the order of appearance as well. So Enma Payne will be opening the show, and boy, Big J getting to sit down and listen everybody so he could plan all the picking and thing, I mean, that's a good position. Nevertheless, hey, so let's welcome the lady first. Shireen, good evening. It is such a pleasure, one, to have you back in Kaiso, and then to also have you in the program this evening. How have you been?
Good evening, Godfrey, and let me say I feel very happy to be here this evening. Also, good evening to my fellow colleagues on the panel, Big J, as well as Walton, and a special good evening to the listening public. And it feels great being back in competition in 2025.
I can tell. I've been listening to you in the tent, and I can't every time I hear you, Kaiso, I remember you're asking the people, how about a female monarch in 2025? Those words stick with me. So we go hear what Big J had to say about that just now. Big J, good evening, and it's a pleasure to have you, man. How are you doing?
Yeah, good evening, each and everyone. Thanks for having me. Well, what I'm saying is, she have support in the tent because there's a fellow Calypsonian, Mr. Prince, who looked that they should put a woman on top in just.
Yes, well, Prince real wrong. If you didn't say that, then the March Gras would be better.
She knows she support from.
Yeah, she knows she puts from. And of course, Val, it's good to have you back all with us. I know you have a little tech issue, but hopefully we can have all that rectified sooner than later. Val, you hearing me? Are you? Oh boy, you seem to be having some issues. Also, folks, hopefully we should be joined by Enma Payne. I spoke to him earlier, and he was really excited about coming on.
Good evening, Grenada. I am. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we're hearing you. All right. It seemed to be dropping off a bit, but Val, we're hearing you.
You hear me, Godfrey?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Mm-hmm.
All right. So great. It's good to be on once again. Grenada, Petite Martinique, Kairaku, all up the Windward Isles. Great to have the two Calypsonians who are in the finals, and so I would hear their stories. I haven't heard the songs as yet, but I would hear their stories and that journey to the final and how they see themselves this evening. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for being on, and I'm glad to be here to share with you.
Yes, indeed. So let's start the talk. Shireen, I want to start with you. You were in the Kaiso business, but first of all, where did the interest come from to get into Kaiso? How did you get started?
Well, firstly, Godfrey, I remember I was a teacher at Presentation College a long time ago, and the union held annually the GUT, Calypso, and Queen Show. And that year, teaching at PBC, the staff, I expressed an interest in singing, and they were encouraging me, yes, Shireen, go on, we're going to support you. I also expressed to Elwin McQuilkin, the Black Wizard, my interest in singing that year it was 2006 actually, at the GUT competition. I took part. I was assisted by the Black Wizard, and I came second in that competition. And he encouraged me to try Calypso that year. And so I went on to write a second song called Tribute to Michael, the late Michael DeGale, may his soul rest in peace. And that year was my first year in Calypso. I made it to both the semi-finals as well as the finals. So that is where it all started, really.
And you continued for a while, and then you took a break. What happened?
I took a long break for a while. Several reasons, mainly due to studies, and of course, studying outside of Grenada. I did not always come home in the August period,
right.
And so that break was actually longer than expected. But here I am back in 2025. Persons would have always encouraged me, Shireen, when are you coming back? When are you coming back on stage? So here I am. I'm back.
And in the semis again, and in the final again.
Yes.
So every time you start, you're going all the way.
That's right.
Yes, indeed. Wonderful. Yeah. So this year, I mean, you have two big songs, as we say. My name is my name, and Baby Jesus. Nice political commentaries, playing on some of our politicians, and going down very, very, very well. So much so that you've been rewarded, and you're into the final singing in position number 3.
Yes.
Right. But how has the season been for you thus far? I mean, the tent opened, you had 2 shows. How's the season going? What kind of response have you been getting? Are you motivated? Talk to us.
Well, first of all, I am singing out of the Kaiso Bad's tent. I must commend the tent management for having me in that tent. There is a lot of camaraderie in that tent as well. We started off at the Luke Cinema, and then we proceeded to have a second show at Spice Basket. As usual, we have a following, and I want to commend the fans for already coming out, Godfrey, and support Kaiso, and including you for promoting Kaiso by having this program. There are some diehard fans in Grenada, and every time you have a 10 show or a semi-final or a finals, you must see them there.
Oh, yes.
So far, the response for me has been tremendous from the get-go. Persons, they love the songs, and as you mentioned, I have 2 compositions this year. Is My Name and Baby Jesus. And I must give credit, if you're listening, Mr. Lloyd Pantru, Mr. X. I must tell you, big up yourself, take a bow. Mr. X is a very prolific writer. And so these 2 songs were penned by him, of course. And as you correctly said, it's a comment on it offers a commentary, a perspective on the socio-economic political situation in Grenada. And that is precisely one of the roles, I think, of the Calypsonian.
Yes, indeed. Val, anything you want to ask Shireen before we bring in Big J?
Well, yeah, Shireen, you are among the finalists, and how many females are in the finals? First of all, can you tell me?
There are 2 females in the finals. Myself, I am out of Kaiso Bads, and we also have Valley Ned from Northwest Brigade. Yes, Valley Ned from Northwest Brigade, and we are both singing in positions. I'm singing in position number 3, and Valley in position number 2.
Yeah.
You should come on down, Valton. Come down to Grenada.
I wish I could. So Shireen, tell me, how do you see your chances? I mean, every time you enter the competition, you make it straight through to the final. How do you see your chances? I mean, you don't seem like you're intimidated. So tell me, what the chances look like?
Walton, I think this year is going to be a great year for me. I am very confident in myself, and I have a lot of confidence in the team because I am not doing this alone. I have a team working with me, and we are working very hard to ensure that I put on my best performance on the Masquerade night. So I am clothed in confidence.
Wow.
All right. One last question. When was the last female monarch in Grenada?
Well,
that would have been was it around 2013? I think it was. Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, that would have been Keturah George. Yeah, so somewhere about. Yeah, just around that area. Yeah. In fact, they were very close, Val, because in 2011, Pamela Courtney won. Then there was a break, and then Keturah came in. So a year apart, we had two female monarchs.
And just going back, Godfrey, I can't remember what year it was. Akima Paul, I believe.
Yeah, Akima Paul, that would have been, I think, 2000 or 2001. One of those years. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was around there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I guess what we have been seeing politically, there's a sweeping change through the Caribbean in terms of female power. So, Shireen, 2025 seems to be a good season for women. What do you think?
I think it's a wonderful season for women as well. And so, as I said, I am very confident. You can expect my very best. And so once I give of my best, then, Valton, you'll be calling me on the Masquerade night.
Very good.
No, Shireen, I love that, but of course, interestingly, out of in the final, you have 7 Calypsonians from Kaiso Bads, your tent, which is significant. So there are 7 from Kaiso Bads, there are 2 from the classic Kaiso tent, and 1 from Northwest Brigade. So the final is shared between 3 tents, and this is significant. And of course, another Calypsonian from the Bads is Big J, Jason Joseph. Big J is known for his biting commentaries and hitting hard, and 2025 is no difference. Peter and is the other one, Big J? I like to say, there's some words I don't like to say, but
some drugs.
You see, Val, the thing is, Big J have an issue with all the gambling. In the morning you have draws, in the midday you have draws, and in the afternoon you have draws, in the night you have draws, and Big J, that ain't going down too well with Big J at all. So you want to remove some of these draws. Big J, let's talk. You entered the Kaiso arena around what time? I remembered you. I remembered you coming in. Well, that it could have been before, but the composer.
Oh, you remember that? The composer might have been
2014, thereabout. 2014. Yeah.
That was my first final.
Yeah.
But prior to that, I entered the competition in my whole Calypso career started in 2009.
Right.
But even prior to that, I used to try a little soca and thing.
I didn't know you were a soca artist.
Around 2004, I started singing soca. Then I did some collabs together with Mandela Links.
Right.
And stuff. But Smallies, who was on your program a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And Sean. So boy, yes, they was very influencing me coming over to Calypso.
Right.
They say you boy, take out yourself in the you're a Calypsonian. Come out in this soul. That soca thing is not for you. So 2009, that is when I tried my first Calypso. I made it to the semi-final. I went on a little dry spot until 2014, and that's when I made my first final. This year is my 7th final.
Yeah.
I had a dry spell between 2015, 16, and then 17, 18. I made finals. And then from since the return after the COVID, I've been there to
Yeah. In fact, I always remember 2014 because that year, I think many people thought you were one of the persons who was in that race for the crown, holding us slack and tight, and the composer. I mean, these two Kaisos, I think two of the best from Big G. I mean, really. I mean, that's me. I love these two Kaisos. Bad.
Well, I also hold 2014 in high esteem because I placed fourth in that competition.
Yes.
But if you notice, those ahead of me was the Great Ajamo.
Yeah.
He came first. Then King Scholar came second. And Soul Second.
Yes.
I mean, coming forward behind this tree.
Yeah, you don't mind getting blows from this tree.
They are legends, forming Grenada. So I didn't mind getting blows. I mean,
right.
If Sharon beat me, they say I go home.
You get ours with that. well, that would be interesting. It will be a battle of, well, you look at a battle of the bads. I mean, I'm not saying that to be biased, but it's going to be a battle of the bads. Of course, Innocent is defending, and he's from the Classic Kaiso 10. Yes. Yeah, he's defending. So, and he sent out a very strong warning. So, I'm anticipating quite an interesting Dimash Gra. So, Big J, your season so far, Draws and Peter too. While they are, I mean, there's. What I like about them, you get a bit of every aspect of Kaiso. You get humor, you get politics, then there's the social aspect of things. So it's almost complete. So how is Shirin going with you?
but Walter, allude to that this year could be the year of the women, so maybe they know something me and you know, Godfrey.
Let me tell you something. Shirin said she Calypso, Shirin is prepared to walk on water to win that crown. So
that's right.
For real. This season is good. I mean, Rhodes is doing well, but I think in 2022, I could be stand corrected here. We also had 7 finalists.
Yes.
So it's not anything new for Bads. It's one of the better organized tents in Grenada because I've been through a couple of tents. I've been through about 3 or 4 of them, and right now Make Bads my home for the last 4 or 5 years. And as I told the leader, we had a talk sometime last week, and I said, "Don't worry, I ain't going anywhere."
Right.
Shirin alluded to, we had a couple of shows. Sunday at the semi-final, you saw the different in level with the artist.
Yes,
artist was composure and stage and everything. This season I can ask for anything more than a crown.
I will tell you, you can't ask for crown. You have to win crown. You have to win crown. You have no crown sharing there. You gotta ask. I say, what is that? Give me a crown now. You don't have that big J. You have to go and win.
He is already asking where his crown is.
Yes. Exactly. Val, anything for Big J?
Jake, yes. With a name like Big Jake, one should feel that there is no fear. First of all, the biggest man in the room. You're not afraid of anybody, but you're going up against some. And I know some of them are coming from the bad tent. So tell me, Jake, how many previous monarchs are in the final? First of all.
Well, we have King Scholar with about 10 monarchs under his belt. And we have, the defending monarch, which is
Innocent. And we also have Kelly, Rootsman Kelly.
And Rootsman Kelly, I think that's the three monarchs. But we also have some debutants. Yeah, some people who's making their first final.
Some young guys coming in.
Yeah, we have about two of them. We have Shamak.
Right.
And Shamak is one of our, what you call our new sensation, because he's going to be in the three finals.
Yes.
He's a finalist in group.
Soca.
He's a finalist in the soca and also in calypso. Passing in the calypso, it's really what you call a mixture of everything. So we have some young guns, some people who kind of know what they're about, like the Scotland and the Kelly and them, and then me and the Serene and them who've been thereabouts. So, I think we're going to have a good showing on Sunday.
Yes. And if I may, Godfrey.
Sure.
Yes, Big J, I'm not sure if you mentioned Prince Charlton.
Yes.
He's also
from Kaiso
Yes.
Yeah, he's also a debutant.
Yeah.
Yes.
But on the night, you are... with 7 finalists, and one could technically say your boss. I don't know how the tent is structured. I don't know if it's structured in the same line as how tents run in Trinidad and Tobago. But Scholar is there. There's one. As Calypsonians in the final, see about challenging the leader of the tent and that night and so on. How is it a all embracive thing, or is there this is every man for himself. And after we go, what is happening in the camp?
Well, I think everybody will have their own preparation. I just studied mine today. I cooked it in 3 parts, costume, presentation, and the actual execution. I know Shireen maybe will do the same. Our fans, though, our bad fans, though, they are very loyal to all bad artists. I can say that. These people come out and they will support whosoever is represented. So they're going to support everyone, but they give us a special, support. But I think, when we get down there, it's a competition. We ain't have no bad blood and thing. I know they're going to throw little punches here and there, but at the end of the day, it's just calypso. But we would like for somebody from the to raise, to be the Merry Monarch. Be it, Shireen, Scholar, myself, we all have the same chance. So, but we will love somebody from the bands to be the king or the queen.
But I want to insert a little thing here because it's a team, it's a tent, it's about calypso. So would one of the, let's say the leader of your tent, the scholar, and putting him on the spot now, would he come and say, well, I mean, Big Jake, I think if you do X or Y or Shireen, you might make a better presence on the evening? Or does that kind of camaraderie that would happen within the 10th season just dissipate once the competition starts?
There's a lot of camaraderie among members of the tent and even outside of the tent. Walton, it's a healthy competition. So we are able to chat, we are able to laugh outside of the competition, and we are still able to come on the night and throw picong, throw talk. It's nothing personal. So that at the end of the day, it's done respectfully. At the end of the day, Kaiso wins. And as a Calypsonian, you must be able to listen to other people's ideas, take criticism, all in an effort to improve your product at the end of the day. So while there is camaraderie, yes, among us, and we have a very good relationship, of course, each Calypsonian would be out, including me, to win on that night.
Win on the monarch. Yes, indeed. Yes. Very, very, very interesting. Let
me let you know something here, Walton, at our tent. My name is in two of my it's in two songs, right? From my compatriots. Two of my brethren call it my name in this song. But they believe they could get away, But I'm running here, people said for them. So if they believe I ain't answering back, they lie.
The way you're supposed to answer.
They call me name, I should answer.
Of course you're supposed to answer, yeah.
I ain't deaf. I hear them.
You're supposed to.
You're singing last, eh?
Well, exactly. Let's
at the end of the day, it's Calypso, man, and we're gonna have a good laugh at it afterwards.
Yeah.
Yes, that's important.
Indeed. Let's go back to the semi-final. 20 Calypsonians, 40 Kaisos, and you have to go there knowing that only 10 will be selected. Sharon, let's start with you. And your tent, you came on second. Your tent sang second at the semis. The Bads was second. It was Northwest and then Bads.
Yes.
Yeah, Bads, right. Being in there and, you put your performance on, you would have heard the people who came before you, did your thing, and then you would have, you stayed, listened to the others. While listening, and I'm sure, getting down to the end of that competition, I mean, there might have been a little jitters, because the thing is, you would go there and you would put out your best. But the final analysis, the judges are deciding whether your name will be called in the first 10. What was the feeling on the night? Doing your thing and listening to the others and, thinking, I think I'm in. As the MC saying, what do people say? And the people would say, whether you're inside or you're out. What was the feeling, Shirin?
Yes, Godfrey, to begin with, I avoid watching and listening to other Calypsonians that go before me.
Right.
I got to progress rehearsing my song. So I did not come out. I did not look at the other competitors before me, simply because I want to stay focused. And it was somewhat challenging for me coming in at position number 14. That would have been a little after 10.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's a little weight. But once I got out there, I knew exactly I was preparing, and I knew exactly what performance I wanted to put down. So once I got on stage, that was it. The stage is very much like my home, and of course the fans, they were cheering on, and of course you're singing for the judges, so you want to be very focused as well while interacting with the fans on stage.
Right. So after you performed, you did your thing. There were what, about was 20, so there were about six was 20 Calypsonians, right?
Yes,
yeah, 20.
That's
so
correct.
you did 14. There's 6 more to come. Did you look at the other 6, or
yes,
you just?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. In fact, I saw the other 5 after me. I by then I was very much relaxed and ready to take in. The end of the show after my performance.
Right, and so the big question after that, what was the thought? Am I in? Oh boy, I ain't sure. I'm wondering because them fellas. And what was the feeling?
I am always confident. I was very confident that I'm in. But at the same time, Godfrey, I always like to respect the judge's decision.
Oh, yes.
Right? And that is very important. So while it is very good to be confident, remember we have judges and the judges can only select 10.
Yes.
But I was always very confident. The feedback I got when I came off stage, it was overwhelming.
Right.
So that made me even more confident.
Right.
Yes.
Big J, how was it for you?
Godfrey, to be honest, I always say that not fear, but I just be a little more concerned to get out of the tent. Remember, it's 5 nights of
yes.
much more calypso, and I know good calypsos could get left back in the tent. So whenever I'm at the semi-final, and I always give it my best, and usually my best is good enough.
Right.
So I being for over the years, I feel kind of just have a little, tentativeness when 10 judging. When I see that I made it out of the tent,
then you're good.
A sigh of relief and say yes. Because coming out of the tent is like coming out of the woods. Remember, it's 5 nights.
Yeah.
So you can make it out of the tent, use a man. Anytime I reach in progress back, man, I just feel a little bit more.
Because, interestingly, if you don't make it out of the tent, there people might be asking, but Big Jen sing this year, boy.
That's true.
Because progress pack is what you call the real battleground. It's the biggest show. Because we have 20 artists there. It's the one with the most would really must be well attended. The semi-final, So you make it out of the 10. The real calypso lovers will wonder if Big J or whosoever and singing. Right. Progress back is where it is.
Yeah. Val, anything you want to ask about the semi,
Of course, semi-final especially, we are Calypsonians are known to be fearless. So that the elephant in the room is also the sound system. So tell me, did any of you experience any kind of difficulty with the sound system? I know that's the elephant in the room. So I'm not stoking controversy, but I'm just asking the question. Was there any kind of problem that you felt nervousness about the sound system on the night? Any of you? Or both, in fact. Shireen?
Yes, Walton, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I am. I'm hearing you.
Okay, right. No, I experienced no sound system difficulty. Actually, I found the team to be very on the ball. But it is, sometimes people have that little fear. But I would say that I am very, how should I put it? I am very conscious whenever I have a mic in my hand. I'm very conscious of how I position the mic, my stage movements. Yes, so having been off stage for quite a while, that was one of the things in the forefront of my mind. Be careful how you interact with the mic. Be careful to be sure that you are hearing yourself through the sound system. And as you know, we always do a band check. Even though we change bands, we always do a band check. So I had no difficulty whatsoever, and I executed as intended on the evening. I understand, and as I indicated to Godfrey, I was in my vehicle, so I did not see my fellow competitors who went before me, but I understand other persons may have had issues, but not me, thankfully.
Right. Yeah. Jake, you had any issues?
No. What I did, Godfrey, the gentleman who was in charge of that, when he gave me the mic, I instructed him to put it on for me, please.
Right.
I didn't want to touch nothing. Only to hold the mic.
You're the holy mic. You just want to sing in the mic. You just want to sing in the mic.
I just want to sing in it because, as Shireen alluded to, previously, one of my good brethren, Sean,
yes,
I didn't see it, I only saw replays of it now. But I heard that he had.
Right. Yeah, it was rather unfortunate, it's kind of
unfortunate.
I mean, Serpent is a former Calypso monarch, and this is one of the persons that people look forward to being in the March Gras, because it adds a certain amount of quality to the competition, and he been out is rather unfortunate. I felt really bad. I don't know what happened. I guess like most people, but there definitely was an issue, and that's just it. But it happens, We've seen it happen numerous occasions. Probably almost every year these kind of things happen. There might be the unfortunate person who have to undergo that, but I guess it's all part of the game.
And Godfrey, no one wants that to happen.
Exactly.
Because you invest so much time, effort, and money, but you don't want that to happen. But as you rightly said, there was a certain video circulating. That's the only footage that I saw. But it's rather unfortunate.
It is very, 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 very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But
guys, I have a question. We're not at the end of the program, but neither of you have won the crown as yet, right? Is it so?
As yet.
Yeah.
As yet.
Yeah.
What does it mean? What does it mean to win this Grenadian Calypso Monarch for the both of you? What does it mean? If you should win, what does it mean? Shireen, again, you. Former teacher, all of that. What does it mean to win this Grenadian Calypso Monarch crown?
Well, Walton, I am from the parish of St. David, and St. David is known for culture. St. David is known for talent. It would mean a lot to me to win. It would mean a lot to my family. As well as my team, because I'm not doing this alone. I have a very hard-working team with me. And I must publicly thank Dwayne Francie, Kaiso Ferguson, Asher Andel, also Teacher Edison Francis, Nicholas Paul, Hannah George. So it would be a win for us. It would be a win for women. It would be a win walking in the footsteps of Lady Sinti, Ketura, Kima, and so on. So it's not something that I would take full credit to selfishly, but it would be a win for all of us. Yes? Yeah. Especially having the crown come up to St. David to a female.
Yes, indeed.
Jake?
Yeah, just before I answer that, I have a question. Because you never know. But with your wealth of knowledge, Walton, what should artists do if such happen? If, you encounter a problem with the mic on stage, what should the artist do?
I think the first thing to do if it's an honest mistake is to stop, pause, and indicate to the technical team that you are having difficulties, so that the judges would be aware. Once once you're a performer and you come out there, you're not hearing yourself in the monitors. There is a faulty microphone, it's fluctuating. You have a duty to stop, right? And indicate that to the technical team so that they can correct it and you can start. If you try to soldier on, you are doing yourself an injustice.
Yep.
Definitely. Yeah. So I think that's all I can say. Yeah.
So Shireen, you learned something. So
oh yes, you learn every day.
yeah. Just to backtrack a bit now to answer your question. Just the mere fact that your name will be written in the same book as Black Wizard, who has won twice, and a Jamo who has won 9 times, and Scholar with 10 crowns.
Wizard win 3 times, eh?
Oh.
Don't take away the man crown, eh? 3 crowns you have, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, 3 you have.
Yeah. 94, 2002, 2003.
Inspector, these guys are legend. I mean, it's something to cherish. Just winning the monarch and your name is gonna be it's something to cherish.
Yeah, that's what it means. Yeah. Very good. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Very much.
Val, maybe I could add to that. If you look at Grenada, the Calypso history and monarchs, we don't have a lot of Calypso monarchs.
That's true.
We don't have a lot of Calypso monarchs. You have guys who have won the crown on numerous occasions. And it's like, over the years, and if we go as far back as probably, Flying Turkey. 1976, Turkey won 76, 77, 78. So he has 3 crowns, took a break, 78. Came back in 84 and won again. So Flying Turkey has 4 crowns. Then the next, Smokey won back-to-back 2. Then you had a 1 crown winner in between, different people, Lady Sinti, African Teller, and so on. Survivor. Then Ajamo. Ajamo came 87, 88, lost in 89, came back in 90, 91, 92. So he came and he won 3. Then 94, Wizard. Then it was Ajamo again who came back in 95. In 96, 97, Scholar. So they win in pairs and then they're coming on to go. So we have, for example, Ajamo has 9 Calypso monarchs. Scholar has 10 Calypso monarchs. Turkey has 4 Calypso monarchs. Inspector has 2 Calypso monarchs.
Wizard has 3.
Wizard has 3 Calypso monarchs. So we don't have a lot of monarchs. So, I mean, to me, winning the Calypso monarch is a big thing. Yeah. It is a big thing because you are placing your name among the few monarchs that we have.
The greats of
it is,
Calypso.
Yeah, it is. It's a big thing, and this double thing is going on, and Kelly has what? Is it 2 or 3 crowns? I think it is. I think Kelly has 2. 2 or 3. Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe it's 2.
Yeah, and so that's the thing. So we don't have a lot. So I think it's a big thing. It's significant to actually win the Calypso monarch.
I've heard that this year is a sort of bumper year for Calypso. And Shireen, I know you have been out of it for a while. Coming back in, what is your feeling? What are you hearing? I know that you have within your tent. I think that the Bards came into the semi-final probably with about what? Over
10.
More than 10.
10.
More than 10 participants.
Yes, more than 10.
Right. In that thing. But I've heard that there are some really good Calypsos this year. What are your feelings about that? Again, well, this time I'll ask Jake and then Shireen, you would answer. What are your feelings in terms of the crop of Calypso that you're hearing this year? Are things getting better in Grenada for Calypso, or it's just that it's, a great season?
No. Definitely. You can see an improvement where that is concerned because just the fact that we have all these debutants,
yes,
making it into the this new sensation, the Shamaks and them, that just show you the growth.
Even IMG is this is IMG's second year, right?
Third year,
yeah,
and it's
third year
in the final, and then you could hear the excitement among the fans. People are talking about they can't miss the Manchester show because it's an open field and it's a lot of good calypso in there. This year I think was an upside for calypso.
Oh yes, totally.
Calypso didn't make a mark this year, and it's seen. You could see it. It was vivid.
Totally. Val, let me just throwing that here. Coming from the actual 10th judging and also the semi-final, you would get that every year. But I think the general consensus is that there was some calypsos left out that definitely should have been in. And we're talking here because of the quality of the calypsos. Definitely. I am in total agreement with that. There are some calypsos that in fact when I heard the list of the semi-finalists I was like, but wait, something wrong. Because I listen to all the calypsos, I follow the calypsos, I play them, and when you listen to the depth and the quality and there's that feeling that somewhere along the line some very good ones was left out, and that to me is doing a little injustice to the final product, meaning the Dimanche Gras. Because when you go to the Dimanche Gras, you want to go to hear the very best, and it's good for the competition. But I always believe I always say that. And I say it in a good way, that if you have Carnival and you have Kaiso, and the judges don't thief, then something wrong. The judges, listen, Val, the judges, they're supposed to thief. Otherwise, if they don't thief,
just before you go on to Shirin, let me remind Godfrey that the calypsos, right? Remember, this thing are judged on the night, eh?
Yeah.
I know you're in the studio and you're hearing a lot of good calypso, but remember, judging is on the night.
I know.
Very good point. Very good
Yeah.
point.
No, anyway, Big J, let me tell you. I can answer that, but if I answer it, if I answer that, there's a next can of worms there. But let me tell you something.
Yes.
I believe in some instances that might be the better thing to do, because some of the things you see happen sometimes you just I could you are calypso and you can't say it. I could say it because No. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all part of the excitement. And maybe in a way it has its advantages. Where both judges and calypsonians would probably have the opportunity to go back and relook things. See, well, did I do the best job I was supposed to do? And I think it puts you in a place where you can strive to always improve. So, despite what disappointments may happen as a result of whatever, but I think if we take it in the right way, it could also be a lesson, for us, which can help the art form. I do believe that. I do believe that,
So, Shirin, as I said, I know you have been out, you came back in, you're hearing a lot of calypsos. Is it, apart from that question, how you feel about it, hearing this crop of calypsos, what does that do to you also in terms of, has there been a movement from when you were last in the competition to now? That kind of perspective. You tell me.
Walter, I've seen a tremendous improvement in the level of writing as well as the level of performance. the standard in Grenada in 2000 and in 2025 is extremely high. And I say that because I deliberately and I try to make an effort to follow calypso music and competitions in our neighboring islands. All right, a number of our neighboring islands just had calypso competition, and I find the standard. While Grenada we have always had very good calypsos, I find the standard this year to be very, very high. And, allow me, Godfrey, as you, and even as Big J spoke about a dry spell, and as Godfrey spoke about certain calypsos being left at the tent, let me encourage my fellow calypsonians in Bads and even in other tents. For those of you who did not make it this year into the semi-final and the finals, don't stop writing good Kaiso. Don't stop singing. Continue pushing on. Because the standard this year, Walton, is extremely high. Very, very, very high. I'm very, very impressed with the level of calypsos we have this year.
Oh, right. Definitely.
And that leads to a recommendation. If you see that the standard is so high, and because it is so high, really good calypsos are being left out, then maybe one need to lobby Spice Master to probably add maybe 2 more to the final, and of course raise the prize money also, but probably add 2 more to the existing crop that would go to the final. What do you think about that?
Well, Walton, I always think that among the stakeholders of the art form, there's always room for dialogue, and we are in the middle of the carnival season, so that is a discussion and that is a dialogue that can be ongoing, so that we can improve the product. But that would definitely have to be a discussion among the stakeholders, and in terms of policy decisions and so on, because that would have implications for prize monies, among other things. But certainly that is a dialogue that have to be encouraged. Even outside of the carnival season, we still need to continue talking Kaiso to see how we can improve the product.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. Let me just say this. While we were talking about, Shireen said, encouraging her, fellow Calypsonians to do well. Now here is this. In the Calypso competition, it's 2 songs. It's 2 songs. So here is the thing. And you score them, and most times there is one that would score higher than the other, which means that the Calypsonian is still doing a great job, It's just that in one Kaiso, he did a greater job than the other. And I think sometimes we lose that. So while a Calypsonian may have a Calypso that the public may really gravitate to, it doesn't mean that the other Calypso is not a good one. I mean, and it depends to a lot on who is listening and people's choices. So there's a lot of good work, and sometimes because people, and maybe in a lot of instances, so for example for me, once I get the Calypsos, like from the artist, I try to play both Calypsos. I mean, once they airworthy, so that people don't just hear the one that maybe they like a little more than the other. I mean, so for example, let's say Scholar has a calypso called Bull Pistol, and people like it because it has all the little antics and everything in it. But you have calypsos like Rapper 9, which speaks to, some serious issues and innocence loss, right? So some people might find, I had time to sit down and listen to this heavy, deep kind of commentary, so they would stick with one. But you have a lot of other calypsos that are very good, and I think sometimes we miss that. So sometimes we like one. People might probably love Big Dre Jaws, and they ain't paying so much attention to Peter. But lo and behold, you might find Peter is the one that probably scoring higher in the competition.
Yes.
So these, it happens, and I think as media people, we have a responsibility to play the music, not just select what you like. For me, I know it's difficult for Calypsonians now to record because it's very costly, so I make it my duty to get whatever live recording. And as a matter of fact, after Bads had the opening, the next day I was playing all Bads Kaiso because I get the recording and I played live Kaiso, and then the recordings start coming in and so on. So I mean, you have to kind of work with the thing and make it happen, and this year I've had a lot more calypsos to play than the last 2 years. A lot more, because I believe this year more Calypsonians recorded, of course, in addition to what I got live and so on. And there's been improvement in the song system, so the quality of the live performances are really good, clean and excellent. So I just thought I would just put that there. So guys, in terms of, we are a couple days away. You've drawn for position. Shireen, you are 3. Big J, you are 10. Shireen, are you happy with position 3, or maybe you felt, boy, I could have come a little later on?
I am comfortable with position number 3. As you know, we these positions are done randomly. So, I am comfortable. I'm confident in singing in position number 3.
Right. Big J, the last man.
Yeah, well, if we could use some cricketing terms here, Shireen and them is what you call the frontline batsman.
Right.
So they'll go in there and take out the shine and the ball for me. So when I come,
it just blows.
When you come, you may not find the ball.
Interesting. I mean, there's also. I mean, the excitement as well. For example, the defending monarch, he has 2 songs, Patriot and Respect the King, throwing some jabs here and there, and we've heard other calypso scholar decide to go back to the Shotney days and pull out the bull pistol from his sleeve, and so there is this kind of nice feel to it, and one can anticipate some picong lines go be flying all over the place on the March night. Shireen, you have your picong ready? I think we will. Shireen, I was asking you if you have your picong lines ready.
Well, Godfrey, being in competition, you cannot reveal everything.
Right.
So I'm going to keep that secret. Because I know Big J waiting to hear those lines. So when you come at number 11. Team Shireen is preparing.
Right.
And while we prepare, of course, I cannot tell you everything. Come on down to the National Stadium so that you could hear more.
Well, Big J, they say I hear a little buddy tell me that you're planning to remove more than draws on the night.
Well, boy, as Shireen told you, you will have to come down.
I have to come down.
Yeah. But some stuff will be removed. We will remove some stuff.
Right.
And you have all kind of different draws down there.
Yeah.
Color, all description.
You might remove a crown too then.
Well, boy, of course, definitely.
Just make sure you respect the king, eh? You have to show respect to the king. You have to show respect to the king. And you have to be careful because the bull pistol passing, right?
Yeah, bull pistol passing.
And also, you have to make sure you have to make sure you ain't get no black smoke. IMG say black smoke. So look out.
He gave me some.
Yeah. I know. Then of course we have people like Cox as well. Very good renderer. He's in there. The big man. 2 good Kaisos. Valine, excellent vocals. Rootsman Kelly, former Monarch. Yes. He say he bound to talk this year, so look out. I know what else he gonna be saying.
Who have cocoa in the sun?
They look for it.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
Charlton sharing some wood.
Charlton. Well, I can tell you, the Kaisos are really, really interesting. It's going to be something.
As we talk about how good the calypso is, I'm just prompted to ask another kind of difficult question. You still do two songs, and in your competition, and you celebrate a bumper season. How does that measure with the question we're having in terms of attention span and young people in terms of listening to calypso? Shireen, a question right up your alley as a former educator. I don't know if you're still practicing, but young people attention span calypso, 2 songs, most of them over 8 minutes. That is a debate throughout the Caribbean. What are your feelings on that topic?
Yes, I must say from my interaction and involvement with young people, the attention span is a lot shorter as compared listening to calypso as compared to soca. Young people are very much into soca, into groovy. But there are some young persons who are very much into calypso, and some of the soca artists have now taken on calypso as well, such as Jello and
Shamak, yeah.
Yes, and Shamak, who is into all 3 finals. But we as writers and performers, we have to find a way to entertain them. We have to find a way to captivate them. And so it's very important to grab their attention despite what it appears to be the enthusiasm for soca and groovy. And there's nothing wrong with being enthusiastic about soca and groovy, but there is also certain basics and fundamentals that you would learn in calypso as well. That is very important that we have to encourage. And with that being said, on Saturday, Walton, is our kiddies carnival. Our kiddies carnival. And we would see the junior calypso monarch. And allow me, Godfrey, to commend Teacher Eddie for the work that he is doing.
Oh, yes, indeed.
And also, on the same note, say that we have a long way to go in terms of the junior calypso monarch in Grenada as compared to other islands. But that is a whole discussion all by itself. So that's how I would answer your question, Walton. The interest is there, but we have to hype it up some more.
All right.
Jay, your thoughts on that?
How do you see it in terms of that attention span?
Well, I think Shireen said it all, but just on the interest part of it, if I could just extend a little bit, because I think what we are doing as Calypsonian, we should rethink. When in my upbringing, I know Calypso was brought to us. These days we want people come to Calypso.
Right.
Yeah, and I think it should be the other way. We should bring, because Calypso should go into the schools and into the villages, because back then as I said, that's how it used to be, So we have to do a little bit more where that is concerned, in that area. I don't know if it's who's gonna do it, if it's Spice Mass or the Calypso fraternity. We have 2 fraternity in Grenada. We have
2 associations.
But we have to find a way to go out, to bring the Calypso. And that's where we're gonna get more appreciation and stuff. Because if you ask a 21-year-old or 18-year-old to choose between a Calypso event in Guave and a soca thing down by the river, they're going down by the river.
Yeah, of course.
So we have to go out there, and no better place to start, Shireen, and in the schools,
Certainly.
Definitely. But also, in terms of and we did speak about the quality of Kaisos this year, but generally, do you see any room room there that maybe we need to there's things that we need to work on there. So for example, a lot of times we don't get all the humorous calypsos in Grenada. We get a lot more social and political commentaries. Do you think if there is an addition of more humor, for example, if you go to a show, when some of the artists do little things and they, people laugh, they enjoy themselves, as compared to just sitting down and listening to heavy social commentary. So can the Calypsonian maybe expand their range and incorporate some more humor into the calypsos?
Yes.
To most Calypsonians, Godfrey, Calypso is when Carnival come around is an investment. Okay, so you may pay what $1,200-$1,500 to record a song. And so you want to do calypso that may, you may get something back.
Right.
And so maybe it call again to the authority, maybe to incorporate our competition. So we can have a humorous competition. You understand? And so there we can get some of the humorous calypsos coming through. Like in Trinidad, I think there is a humorous competition. Valtan could maybe allude to that, And so because this is what we have to channel, just broaden the competition a little bit more. We can do the humor, we can do the talk. Kaiso used to be.
That used to be
nice. So it seems that we the competition is just bent and just this one thing to get to the match. People, you're gonna invest $2,000 already. If you don't get to a semi-final, according to them, people shit pitch,
Yes, no, definitely. Even Extempo. I mean, there was a time when Extempo had a nice little following, and we've practically lost that.
Yes.
So there is some room. Maybe what about the possibility, let's say within a tent structure, let's say throughout the year. I mean, it doesn't have to be every week or every month, but maybe every quarter the tent could probably come together and do something. Just to kind of keep because after Carnival we really don't have anything else for Kaiso.
Well, a couple of years ago, I think maybe 23, Bads had what you call the King of the Tent.
Right.
And even that was something of the past.
Yeah. That was a big thing.
Yeah. And that was a big thing, and I must comment, as I say, Bads, I haven't seen they did that for the last 2 years, but I think 22, 23, we had a King of the Tent and thing, and it gave people who didn't make it to the semi or final an opportunity and so as you say, maybe the tent structure maybe have to come up with some innovative thing to kind of keep. Because Kaiso is not dying, People lying on
Kaiso can die. No, Kaiso can die.
I like that.
Kaiso is alive.
Actually, Big J, there's a topic for Kaiso,
Is a calypso.
They lie on Kaiso. They lie on Kaiso. There's a.
So remember, anybody here sing that?
Yeah, they owe you royalties. The thief you song. Definitely.
But Godfrey, I want to agree with you. I want to agree with you. There is room for the humorous aspect of calypso because people come to the tent, and I mean, whether it's humor or not, is in terms of the calypsonians, is a matter of style. Some Kaisonians like political, some Kaisonians like social, and others. But at the end of the day, it's important we present a holistic product to our clientele, to our fans, and some fans want to come to the tent to laugh, to relax, to have fun. Everything doesn't have to be serious.
That's right.
Yes? So there is room for this humorous aspect of calypso as well.
Let me ask though, as Calypsonians though, and let's kind of look at the authority, maybe Spicemas Corporation, Cultural Foundation, whatever, Ministry of Culture. As Calypsonians, are you satisfied with the level of support? And I'm not just talking here financial, but general support to actually help Calypsonians work and to develop the art form further. Are you satisfied with that kind of support? I mean, generally.
A lot more could be done. A lot more could be done. Boy, I have to be careful, how I say what I'm trying to say.
Why? You are Kaisonian, You are Kaisonian.
But definitely a lot more, because Calypso, we are the root, we are the foundation, and sometimes we feel, as a stepchild. Sometimes we are being treated as stepchildren, or former Calypsonians and things sometimes. You have a Calypso, when I was growing up, that was an African teller. He say if you want to be hungry,
sing a Kaiso.
Poverty, just sing a Kaiso, And then sometimes, boy, you just say, boy, that the man knew for a fact what he was saying, So there's a lot more. And but maybe, as we say, it's another discussion, another time. But Calypso, I mean, they could do a lot more for Calypso, a lot more.
Indeed.
I just don't get too serious a lot, so just swing back to the final, right? You're singing two songs. Is it sung back to back, or there's a first round and a second round? And how is that preparation going? I know that the semi-final is just you and the band, and you go out there and you sing, no costuming, but in the final, of course, there's costuming and props and so on. And there was also a discussion, so I'm putting all of that on the table one time, in terms of too much props, right, or too many props on the stage and so on, taking up a lot of time. So tell me about all that. Tell me about your own preparation. Are you singing the two songs back to back, or is there a first round and a second round, right? And in terms of how do you see the over reliance on props for the final? So a mouthful.
Okay.
Shireen.
Yes.
Shireen, go ahead.
Yes, Walton. So with the semifinals, some of us use some level of costuming. Not extreme, but you use mainly your clothes for presentation. There is no props other than that in the semi-final stage, all right? And I believe there's a reason for that. You want a smooth flow of the show and so on. And at the semis, you did your two songs back to back. Now, that could be a little challenging. You could very well imagine in terms of changing, and if you have two upbeat songs. However, in the finals, right, in Grenada, we still do two songs. And you do you have your first round of competition, all right, and then you have your second round of competition. And I'm subject to correction, Big J, because I've been out of the competition so long. I believe that there is guidelines in terms of time. All right, I believe
definitely.
I believe there is guidelines in terms of time. In fact, just today I was inquiring about that. And of course, you want your presentation to be. You want to be properly prepared. You want your presentation to be succinct. You want your presentation to be not too long. So I've seen in the past, and not necessarily in Grenada, but I've seen in the past in other competitions, long skits and so on. Your song tells the story. So you don't need a whole long skit or so to dramatize something. So it's important that you be succinct, you'll be relevant, you'll be on point. And as I said, I'm subject to correction, but I believe there might be some guidelines in terms of time, because soca has a time to it, Big J. I think soca has a time to it, and I believe Calypso has one as well. So, and I wouldn't say there's in terms of reliance on props, there must not be an over-reliance. Your props and your presentation must be relevant to your song. Yes,
indeed.
Definitely.
Jake?
Yeah, well, as Shirin say, I know for a fact that I'm not too sure who is going to be producing this show this year, but usually what will happen is that they will we'll have this group chat, and all those rules and regulation will be sent out there. So definitely, I think it's about 8 minutes per artist.
Yeah, they're about.
And that's So, and that incorporate your whatever video you have before and your actual delivering of your song. As I said earlier on, my preparation now, I cut it up in 3 parts. So costuming, presentation, whatever little, and actually execution. So it's number 11. You give me time to rest, to watch 10 songs. As Shireen alluded to, is not like the semi-final where we go back to back. So you have time to drink some water and relax the mind after round 1. And
drink some other stuff too.
No.
Some other stuff too.
Don't only drink it. And then if it's in the park, definitely I'll go and play some jam.
If Big J drink other stuff, he might remove more than what he's supposed to.
So I guess you guys are sharpening lyrics and so on. Is there new verses, a new verse coming or something like that? Tell me, what is happening?
Well, I can't let everything out of the bag.
Yeah.
Don't let it.
We can't let it. I can't let it catch out of the bag, right?
All right, you can't. I hear you.
And then you see, with Shireen, she's what, position number 3?
Yeah, 3. Yeah.
Yes.
The thing about it is, you don't want to go on Juke any ants nest. So
really,
no, because you don't want to expose yourself that early, and because Scholar who loves to pick on it, he's 6, and you're going to touch him.
Scholar is 5. So here is listen, and let me tell you, it's very interesting, and I'm anticipating how this is going to go, because the defending monarch is 4.
Yes.
And it's common knowledge he's taking a jab at Scholar, and Scholar is at number 5 with a bull pistol. So it will be very interesting to see how this is going to play out. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, and knowing Scholar don't back down from a peacock. So it will be very interesting to see how it is going to play out. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to it. Indeed. But
and the band on the night is what? The police?
Yes,
the police band.
It's the Royal Grenada Police Band. In fact, we begin rehearsals tomorrow morning.
For us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Guys, let me tell you, I wish we could go on, but
is it supplemented by players from your tent? Yeah.
No, it's a police band.
I know we come into the end, but just is it supplemented by players from the tent, or is just the police band?
Yeah, the police band. Yeah, it's a police band. Yeah,
it's not supplemented.
Yeah, the police band. The police band. Yeah.
Great.
So, guys, we actually out of time. We could
all the best, guys.
Yeah, we could stay and chat
know, and Shireen, as I said, yeah. Well, it's a kind of women's season, as I said earlier on, and all the best. See what happens.
Thank you so much.
The best artists walk away with the crown.
Yep.
I'll give my best.
Yeah.
Jake,
so just before
you go the Africa leg,
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed. So just before we actually close off, let me just remind our listeners and viewers of the order of appearance in the Calypso Monarch competition. So opening the show will be Enma Payne. Valine would be singing at position 2, followed by Shireen. So the 2 females back to back. Then the defending monarch, Innocent. Then Scholar, followed by Prince Charlton, Shamak. So two debutants will be coming in back to back, Prince Charlton and Shamak. That will be followed by Cox, then IMG, Rootsman Kelly, and the man himself, Big J, will be putting on the final performance on the night. So it's going to be good. I do believe that. So Big J, your final words before we close.
Well, just wishing all the competitors in all the different competition. What should I go there? Do your best. It's at the end of the day, calypso, soca, music alone shall live. But just go there and do what you got to. And I'm wishing everybody, Grenada, Carriacou, Martinique, and the rest of the Eastern and the rest of the world who is coming out to join us for Spice Mass a safe one. God blessings.
Yes, indeed. Shireen, your final words?
Yes, Godfrey, I want to thank you. It's my first time on the program. I want to thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the invitation. I want to thank you for promoting calypso music. And to my fellow competitors who have made it in the finals, congratulations and all the best for the rest of the season. For those who did not make it, do not be discouraged. Continue pushing on. Continue promoting Kaiso music. I want to thank my fans. I want to thank my team, Shireen. And I want to encourage you to attend the carnival events, especially the March Gras. Come on down to the National Stadium. Come out and support your favorite Calypsonian. Come out and support Shireen, Is My Name, and Baby Jesus. Thank you so much, Godfrey.
Yes, indeed.
For having me on the program.
Yes, indeed. Well, I thank you both for accepting the invitation to be here. And let me tell you, you don't need an invitation. This program is Kaiso Talk, and if you are a Kaisonian, then you're part of this thing. You have a stake in that. So one phone call. Godfrey, are coming on tonight? No, and we good. That is all. Because it's Kaiso Talk. We talking Kaiso. So the truth is, you really don't need an invitation, and you can just tell any other Kaisonian. Just call and say, "All you will be in the program," and you're welcome. We ain't turning down nobody. So we good with that.
Great.
Yeah. So I'm wishing both you and Big J all the best at the March Gras. I will be there.
Thank you.
Go do your best. I always believe that once you do the best you can, then that in itself is a victory. Yes. So I wish you all the best. I wish Kaiso Bads all the best, and all the other Calypsonians, the other 10s, Classic Kaiso 10. They have 2 Calypsonians in the final, and Northwest Brigade Valine. I wish them all the best. And of course, continue keeping the Kaiso flag flying, as Big J said, the line on Kaiso. And I totally agree with that. So guys, thank you very much, and of course I'm looking forward to having you guys even after Carnival, because this program is continuing. It's not a program that finishes when Carnival over, because Kaiso is not about Carnival. Kaiso is our life. We leave Kaiso. So it continues, and we look forward to having everybody on. So thank you, Val. Any final thing you need to say, and then we wrap for this evening?
All the best to all the competitors, and especially the 2 artists on the platform.
Thank you.
All the best to you. Have a great show. Watch the microphone.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Make sure things are working well. So that no technical difficulties, but enjoy yourselves and do the best. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
indeed.
you so much.
So,
thank you.
Thank you all. Thank our listeners, our viewers. It was a pleasure. Join us again next Wednesday, when we hope to have some more of the finalists on the program to chat with them. Until then, to have a good night and all the best.